Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Neeves Knives. How's everybody doing? So we're going to talk about a giveaway coming up soon. This is not the giveaway here, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. Sipping my coffee. Delicious coffee. I made a perfect cup. With an espresso machine, you have to you got to press the coffee grounds to like a specific weight, and when you pour it, it pours like in layers, so you know if you poured a good shot or not, because like the bottom will be super dark, the middle will be like brown, and then the top will be like creamy. Fire. So what are we sharpening today? Nothing today, but we might be sharpening tomorrow. If you guys know, I've been doing a lot of sharpening lives vertically. Did a video earlier vertically on basically great knives that are premium and budget versions. So like knives that are really good premium knives, but if you can't afford them, here's a budget option that's kind of similar. The Shieldon Cyber Tricks, I think that's what it's called, or Cyber Dashi. Sorry, Cyber Dashi. This thing is fire, man. Like so good. I know it's like a little bit over $100, and you know it is a little bit of a steep price, but my goodness, is this a great one? Just absolutely ridiculously smooth, perfect. It's one of those knives where when you get it and you know, and you do the thumb set action, like they're just placed in such a good position, and the detent is tuned so perfectly for it. So sharpening my wits. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing. Sharpening my wits. But I am going to continue to do those lives because it helps get to a new audience. So if you guys do join me in those lives, which I hope you guys do, it's really awesome because there's a whole new crowd of people that have never seen the channel, that don't know us there, and they ask really good questions. Like there's so many amazing questions because they're not used to seeing it. They don't know the information. They haven't heard it 1,000 times. So it makes for a great live, actually. You know, like there's a lot of people in there, and some people might find it a little chaotic just because there is so many people, but I love it. So I want to show you guys something. So I've talked about this giveaway coming up really soon. I'm waiting for the knives now. So if you guys don't know, we're doing a huge giveaway to one person, and it is basically an entire knife collection plus a place to store them. And if you looked at the thumbnail, that is what we're giving away. So here you can see my screen. We're going to go over here to shop all, because this is the one that you guys, or one of you guys, are going to be winning. And if you notice, it has a lot of slots. So this goes back further, by the way. This is just one row of slots. It actually has another row behind it. Man, I wish you could see the back row. Obviously comes in black or brown. So you're going to win. One of you guys are going to win one of these, and it's going to be filled with knives, which is really awesome. This thing is beautiful. It's badass. I got it in the other room. It's big. It's massive. So whoever wins it, you're getting a big box on your porch. But it's really well done. Hey, Mom. How's my boy? How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope you're doing well, Mother. I love you. Nice to see you. The Armada. Now, if you've seen, they have a lot of other versions as well. You see they got smaller ones. They got, you know, single layers. The one we have, we got the Big Daddy. We're giving away the Big Daddy. But all of these are really nice. All these are really nice. One thing that's really cool about the big one is, you know, these things on top right here, obviously you can put knives in them, right? But you can also put your wristwatch over them. So it's not just for knives. This is an EDC box. So you can store your flashlight, your knives, your wallets, your pretty much everything, but maybe your firearm. You might be able to get your firearm in the top drawer. Actually, you definitely could. You could definitely get your firearm in the top drawer. So awesome box. And like I said, we're going to be giving away a bunch of knives that are going to be filling it. approximately 20 knives altogether, possibly more. I might throw in some to sweeten the deal up. The knives are going to be coming from EKNIVECO, so we Civivis and Sun Cuts. So depending on what they donate will depend on what I wind up throwing in. You know, I figure I might as well sweeten the deal up a little bit, which would be awesome, you know. And obviously I'm going to make sure it's a premium knife. And I think it's a good giveaway for somebody, because whoever wins, I mean, obviously, you know, they can keep it, do whatever they want with it, sell it, whatever. But it's a great opportunity for somebody, you know, whether somebody to get into knife collecting, or to have a bigger knife collection, to have a place to store their knife collection, or possibly a come up. Maybe you're late on rent and you need to slang some shit. Now you'll have a whole bunch of stuff to slang. Yeah, 20 knives isn't sweet enough. I'll take all the sugar you want to give. Well, I think we're going to sweeten it up a little bit too, so it'll probably be a little bit more than 20. We'll see. You know, it holds 30 knives, I believe. I think that's what they told me. 30 knives is what it can hold. So, I do have some other little odds and ends. I thought about throwing in like flashlights, wallets, things like that. I might do that just to do it. The only problem is, you know, they're doing, this is their sponsorship. Well, it's not a sponsorship. I'm not getting paid to do it, but I'm saying, like, they're the ones doing this, right? EKNIVECO's donating the knives. We, Civivis, Cut, you know, same company. Then HOLME and HATFIELD are giving the box. So they're the ones donating. And then obviously I'll throw something in too. But if I do throw in stuff, you know, it's probably going to be stuff company sent. So you know, I'd like to shout them out in the video. I just don't know how HOLME and HATFIELD would feel about that, because it's more about them, you know. It was their idea, it's their whole spiel. Not that they'd care, and I don't think they would, but you know, you just don't want to take the steam off of somebody, you know. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. James K with the 2 bones. You know, we're not just here for giveaways. I know that, but it's nice to win shit, right? But no, I know you guys are not, and I do appreciate it. You guys are my #1 supporters. Without you guys, you know, this channel doesn't even exist. And you know, when I first started this, somebody said something and it always resonated with me. They said, I would rather have 100 loyal supporters, supporters of whatever you're doing, rather than have 10,000 subscribers. And that's so true, because 10,000 subscribers can come and go, never watch your shit, never nothing, never interact, never talk. But 100 loyal followers will be there, you know, through everything pretty much. So I greatly appreciate it. I feel very blessed to have you guys here. 100 loyal supporters and 1 Todd Carr. Bang. So I do have a fragrance of the day that we will get to here in just a little bit. As far as the reason why I've been doing the vertical lives, one, I've had to do a lot of catching up, which I have made a couple mistakes in the past couple videos. Like that one, I could not get that damn knife apart. I still don't know how to get it apart, to be honest. I still don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But this guy, I also messed up, and I feel stupid because I did 2 videos in a row, maybe even 3, where I missed something. Oh no, it's 3. It was 3 videos in a row. But that shows you how much I was just kind of rushing, and you know, I wasn't not just paying attention, but really deep diving into the knife. You know, it's completely my fault, man. We had this hacker thing, and it's like we've had to change all our bank account. Like, it's just been a whole clusterfuck of shit. So it's made it to where I couldn't record, I couldn't edit, I couldn't post. That's why I started doing the lives vertically, because I do them on my phone, so it doesn't matter. And luckily that worked out for me, though. And shout out to Marine X. Go and give him some love. He's the one who turned me on to the vertical lives, and I'm very grateful for it. I actually just sent him a little package. But I also made a mistake in this one. The damn backspacer is how you take the damn knife apart. You take that thing out like that. That Schmitty goes in there like that, and yeah, loosen it up. And I think that's it. And then because it's just it's just the pivot. So the pivot goes, and then there's, you know, there's obviously standoffs, but pretty cool. And it's got, you know, this little tiny tool. What else is on there? I think that's it. But it's a nifty way to create a knife where, you know, there's no hardware and no tools required. The knife is the tool. So not only is it a cutting tool, it also comes with a backspacer tool. Great action on this guy, man. They did a phenomenal job with the action. The only thing is, man, the access to the lock bar is lacking. They're lacking on the lock bar access. It's not horrible, but it definitely could be a lot better. Remet's doing a killer job, guys. Watch out for Remet. They are a company that we are going to, I can guarantee we're going to watch them climb the ranks. And this thing's really cool because it actually has, this is a separate inlay, right? As you can see, if you can see, because you got that ring. So you can put your fingers right there on the lock bar. Works out for lefties or righties. Yeah, this is a good one. But yeah, everything Remet's doing, man, they're just dumping out shit that's, you know, banger after banger after banger. I'm pretty excited to see what else they have coming, because it seems like they are dipping their toes into areas that other a lot of companies won't. Like, say, doing unique things, different with different mechanisms to just different everything. And a lot of companies try to play it safe. So I do have semi-bad news about the knife design. It's going to work out still, so it's not that big of a deal. But I had to change my pattern on my handle. So it's not going to be exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. But that's not even the problem. The problem is K390, right? That's what we want. That's what we're getting. We're getting K390. But we wanted it 63 HRC, which is not a problem. Problem is, I can't get it with DLC at 63. The DLC knocks it down a couple points, and I know a custom maker could easily do it because they'll just take it up to 65, 66, DLC it, it'll drop down a couple points, no big deal. But with them doing, you know, a few hundred, they can't do them that high. My cousin Janet said hi to you. Tell her I said hello. What's up, Janet? How's Nicholas and Nathaniel? But what the hell was I talking about? The K390 is going to be around 61.5 for the DLC versions. I'm still going to run with it because I really want K390 with the DLC. I figure, you know, it's obviously just not going to be at its optimal highest range, which sucks. And I was fighting for it, wanting it. We're still going to have 63, but just not on the DLC version. So there'll be 4 different versions. The two versions with DLC and 2 versions without DLC. So we'll see how it goes. But oh yeah, and one of the problems we had was I tried to do a handle that had basically this machined pattern into it, and part of it was going to be anodized and part of it was going to be DLC, and they couldn't get the DLC to take with it anodized. So it made the DLC fucked up. So I'm just going to scrap that idea and just DLC the whole thing with a little bit different pattern. Like there was 2 patterns. I'm just going to take one of them and do the whole thing with that same pattern. I know it doesn't make sense because you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of similar to my Ishtar in a way, where it almost looks like Mars or something, kind of like that, but it's different because the Ishtar's machined where the parts are raised up. This is where it's going down. When's she coming on next? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure she'll be going to Blade Show with us, though. Just got a Jaeger, huh? Nice. Getting yourself a Jaeger. That's badass. Good for you, man. Good for you. That's a good one. Oh, there's Janet. How you doing? Janet? I'm glad they're doing good. Glad you guys are doing well. That's awesome. And I hope all is well with all of you guys. So here, the thumbnail of this live stream. What is the knife? Okay, so I'll go over it again. So we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway in very soon. I'm waiting for the knives now. We're going to give away this case, which holds up to 30 knives. Well, HOLME and HATFIELD is giving it away. They're giving it to me to give to you guys. And then We Knife Co. is going to donate about you know, 20 knives or right around there. And we're going to fill the knife case up for you guys. I'm going to throw in some knives that I have for you guys. I'll make sure they're premium knives, at least one, maybe two. And we're going to give you guys basically a badass knife collection with a, you know, chest. And it's their top tier chest. Obviously, you can see that. It's really good quality. I got sitting out there, and it is beautiful. It's a badass case. I'm glad, as I got one now. So I got one. Your boys got one. The one we're going to use for the video. I'm going to keep that one, and then you guys are going to get a brand new one in the mail, or whoever wins. So I'll do a video, and you guys will be able to enter in that video. I'll just have a it'll be a recorded video. It won't be a live. It'll be a recorded video, and I'll tell you guys a word to say or a word to write in the chat, and then I'll be able to take the chat and use a thing that will take everybody who entered by using that word. I might even just do whoever leaves a comment. I'm not sure yet. We'll see, but it'll be very easy to join. And then approximately a week later, I'll have an exact date and time when I'm going to be pulling it, and I'll probably pull it live. So that'd be awesome. Brandon, been a member for 17 months. That's a crazy giveaway. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. But we always do crazy giveaways here. Shit, that we do two a month in the members. And who knows how many we give away each time. Barking Spider with the 5 bones. Bang. Love the live video. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I hope a lot of you guys do wind up joining some of the daily vertical lives, because I am going to be doing more and more of those. I'm not sure for how long, but Jared, just send it to me. I've already won. Alex has already won. You guys are screwed. He said the magic word just now. So my work incident. My guys were training with firearms, so we were using plastic rounds. One guy wasn't looking and got my thigh, went through my left and got stuck in my right. Oh, Haven got popped. Man down. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. I guess it's a through and through, right? I guess that's a good thing. Not that making it a plastic round made any damn difference. So, and a lot of people think that, like, they'll think like, you know, like, oh, it wasn't a bullet, it was a this, you know, it's like, it's still a projectile going, 1,200 feet per second or whatever. It's messing you up. Like when I got shot with that potato cannon in the eye, that destroyed me, man. It wrecked me, crushed all the bones in my face, ruptured my eyeball, almost killed me. I was bleeding I was coughing up blood out of my nose, my mouth, out of my eyes. I was fucked up. But yeah, man, I'm happy that you're doing, you're at least okay, and that you didn't catch it somewhere else. Hopefully, you got it in a good spot. Hopefully there's not too much nerve damage or anything like that, because that can be really shitty to deal with. Glad you and Marine X have been teaming up. Yeah, I want to do some more stuff with him too. I thought of some really cool video ideas that me and him can do together. So we might be doing that. Jeeves versus the dark web hackers. Yeah, Neeves is winning. Well, we're trying. We're doing our best. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, they had our information on the dark web, selling it and all kinds of shit. Sean Staggs just became a member. Shout out to you, brother. Well, guess what? You, as long as you show up to the members' lives twice a month, usually on Sundays at 12:15 Central Time. But this Sunday is Easter, so we're not going to have one. So we might do it maybe the following Monday or so. I don't know. We'll wind up doing it a couple days later. And yeah, we do a giveaway every member's live, and we do a live sharpening. Hey, I'm breathing. I'm not losing blood. My wife is with me. Gonna take a hell of a lot more to bring me down. That's good way to think about it, man. Attaboy. That's it's a good way to always have a positive mind towards those things, man. It's the best thing you can do, is to get mentally and physically tougher over any trials and tribulations you go through. Just, think of it as a way, God's making you tougher. At least you didn't step on a knife. At least you didn't step on a knife like your boy. Yeah, that's another one that got me. Still got nerve damage from that one. And I had to fight to get to see you. What do you mean you had to fight to get to see me? Brad Ray with the 10 bones. Thank you, brother. I bought Nano Diamond Stones in 600, 1000. They didn't have the 300, so I bought a 300 DMT. Should I send one back and get all the same? Which ones do you think are better? Okay, so you're talking about their resin bonded, right? So I'm going to say this, right? So their resin bonded is fine. The 300 grit DMT is just fine. The if you wouldn't have wanted the 300 in the Nanoa, get a diamond plate, just a plain diamond plate. So you did the good right thing. Get a DMT. I would have said get an Atoma 140 because an Atoma 140 is more aggressive. So, but you know, the DMT will be fine. And then you got the 600, 1000. You'll be good to go. Now, not saying you made a bad purchase because that's a fine purchase. You did a good job, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Nanoas compared to the new stones I have or the Veneves. But I do know Veneves are much, much, much more expensive. These other stones are more expensive. So it doesn't matter. Like if that's what you can afford and that's what you want, it's still a good stone. It's still a resin bonded diamond stone. It's just not, it's not as aggressive as the Veneves. But still good stones. You got a good setup right there. You're fine. The only thing I would say after that, what you want to get after that, if you want, like you don't have to, but because what you have is what you need, right? Now, anything else you get on top of that is what you want. So if you want, you could get like an 800/1200 Veneve. That'll take you to a mirror. Blade Walker gifted 1 Neevesknives membership. Thank you, Blade Walker. Hopefully you guys have gifts turned on so that you can win memberships. What did you think about the Thresher? The Gavco Thresher? Is that what we're talking about? The Gavco Thresher? I liked it. I mean, I didn't have no problem with it. I got one, and yeah, it's a good knife. I think it's actually really good. And I think that let me just make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I have one of those. I really, really like it. I think that's like a great value knife. Did Blade Walker give 2? Blade Walker gave 2 Neevesknives memberships. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. KIZER drops tonight. Folks into the Militar. Oh yeah, the Militar should be dropping tonight. I'm not sure what time, but they did tell me the 27th. So let me just look really quick, see if what is going on. Oh, my nephew. Hang on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. It's my nephew. He's in prison. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, the Militar, awesome knife. I highly recommend that one. James Siegel just became a new member. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. So you are going to be in the giveaways and the live sharpenings. Hopefully you're into sharpening. If not, you can still, follow along and learn. We do other stuff too, I'm sure, but that's the one of the biggest things we do on there is teach knife sharpening and sharpen together and even collaborate ideas and shit. But thank you for supporting. And I do want to start doing, I thought about doing different things with bringing some people on that are members that can either sharpen or do something else. We do have a guest coming up here pretty soon that you guys know from the channel. How do we enter that giveaway? You'll be able to enter when I do the giveaway video. It's not right now. For the memberships, you just have to be there. Just be there, and I'll tell you a word. You write the word, and then I randomly pick a name. It's right there. Everything happens right during the live. Now, the giveaway for this is going to be a video. It'll be uploaded on YouTube. You'll see it. I'll let it roll for a week, so you'll have plenty of time to see it and everything. It'll be coming in a few days, and you'll just have to make some sort of comment. Just watch the video so you know what to say. What are you snapping around there? The damn Shieldon Cyberdashi, man. This thing is insane. It is so damn good. I love it. I absolutely love this knife. The clip could be a little bit better, but it still works just fine. With my thicker jeans, it's not the best, but it still works. It's a milled pocket clip that, you know, it works. It's fine. Ergonomics are just like the best. You can choke up, perfect sharpen, toe, and plunge grind, beautiful geometry. Thumb studs, the detent and the placement of the thumb studs is perfect. But I've been carrying, I haven't gotten it out of the pocket since I got it. I promise you that since I got this, nothing else has went in my pocket. The quiet carry Waypoint large. This is the new version, the large version with the same geometry as the small one. Look at how smooth this thing has gotten. Remember, this is on washers, so slicey. I messed up though. I sharpened it, and literally right after I sharpened, I just had a nice fresh edge, and I was breaking down some cardboard, and the cardboard had a rung of staples all the way down it, and I dragged the edge right down it. So I got microchips all right there. I honed a lot of them out, but they're still there. I'm gonna have to resharpen it. There's nothing I can do. I'm not a big Militaw guy. It's a little clunky for me. Really clunky, huh? I wouldn't say that, man. That thing is super smooth. Do I have one sitting right here? No. It is extremely, it's right there. It's extremely smooth, and the action's insane. Everything's really good on it. And then the version that we're talking about is the purple fat carbon fiber version in DLC S45. Just Nate, hey man, thank you, brother. Just Nate just donated 5 Neevesknives memberships. Shout out to him, man, and welcome to the new members. I appreciate the donie, man. Thank you so much. Are Veneve stones high maintenance? No, they're very low maintenance. So diamond plates are literally no maintenance. No maintenance. Water stones, wet stones, oil stones would be considered medium to high maintenance, depending on which ones they are. Resin bonded diamond stones like Veneves are different. They're a splash and go. So you don't have to soak them. You don't do anything like that. You just literally splash them. That's it. So you can squirt water on them, drip, whatever. I use soapy water. And then over a few sharpenings, or like, you know, every so often, you got to take a little conditioning stone and just rub the top of it to bring the diamonds back out, because the diamonds are inside the resin. So eventually they do wear down. But when they do, you just expose them again by knocking down the resin with a stone. And that's it. And then, you know, maybe once a year, every 2 years, you might flatten it, maybe. But if you're conditioning it, you probably won't even do that. I rarely flatten mine. I used to do it often, but that was because I wasn't conditioning enough, and I was using the flattening to condition just by silicon carbide powder, because it was so fast, man. You put the powder down on a piece of glass, put the stone down, rub it around for like 10 seconds, you know, maybe a minute at the most, and it's done. Unless there's a lot of damages or, you know, lots of dishing, then you'll have to spend a little bit of time. Well, the nurse just stopped by, so hopefully nothing was hit. Maybe I got a lemon Militaw. I'll gladly give it another go. Yeah, maybe, because it doesn't make sense. Like, they are, I've tried a couple of them. I mean, I have a couple of them. They are incredibly smooth. Great front flipping action, great reverse flick action, beautiful access to the lock bar, just stupid smooth. And you know, S45 and DLC, I love DLC, so I'm a DLC nut. I'd love to hear your guys' thought, because that knife that I have coming soon, hopefully as soon as the prototypes are done, with Riat, is in, or half of them are going to be in DLC. I wanted all of them to be in DLC except for one. I wanted 3 to be on DLC and 1 to be plain. But because of the color options I was going to do all DLC with like a pop of color on each one. But now it looks like we're going to have to do it a little bit differently. But what? But I love DLC though. What's that stone called that resurfaces diamond stones? I'll show you. So what I use is called a Nagura stone, I think. Nagura conditioning stone. You can always find them in if you go to the Neevesknives store, just so you guys know, if you go to the Neevesknives store down in the description, it says Neevesknives store, sharpening supplies and whatever. If you go there, you can always find all this stuff. I usually have everything linked in there. If you don't see it in there, just search for it at the top search bar. This is Nagura stone right here. This one's a 220. It doesn't matter what grit you get because, like I said, the purpose of it is just to knock down the resin. So if you get a 220, it'll knock down the resin faster than if you got a 1000, right? But it's still diamonds, so it's not going to wear down the diamonds really. It's basically an aluminum oxide stone, which you can use just about any aluminum oxide stone, but this is what I recommend. It's soft. It's not going to be abrasive to the diamonds. It's going to wear down the resin. It'll be really easy to condition your stone, and you just do it every once in a while, and it's cheap. But you could get a big stone and just, really quick, just go over the top of them as long as it's aluminum oxide. Remember, you never use diamond on diamond. So as long as you remember that, never diamond on diamond, always aluminum oxide on diamond. Checking in for the first time. I watch your channel every day. Thanks for all you do. Just upgraded from the Workshop Pro to a HAPSTONE R2. I'm really liking it, but I wish. Matt, that is awesome, man. Good for you. I actually have a video right now. It's almost done. It might be uploaded tomorrow, and it's my top 5 favorite knife sharpeners. So hopefully that is coming tomorrow. As long as everything works out well, that will be coming. It's going to be a good video. It'll be fast paced so that, it's not going to be boring or anything, but it basically breaks down each system and what's good and bad about them. Justin gifted a Neevesknives membership. Thank you, Justin, man. Hell yeah, I appreciate it. And Dave Goodridge with the 10 bones. Hope you have a great week, man. I hope you have a great week. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. I'm definitely going to have a great week now. I got a damn downy. Word has it, YouTube has capped Jared at 287,000 subs when the number is closer to 1 million, much like they capped Mark Dice at 1.8. What are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? I'm okay with my number. I'm just fine with my number. I just want more viewers. So anyways, it has been going up. It was stuck at 284 since I started doing those vertical lives. I've gained a few thousand followers. So it was at 284 like 2 weeks ago or something. So it's not going up that fast, but it's gaining. But we're all right. We're all right. Like I said, I'm working on content that is more likely to be clicked and watched. Not right now. I'm saying I'm working on it to start delivering it. I'm hoping to get down to like 16 videos a month rather than 30 to 45 videos a month like I normally do. Normally I do 60 videos a month. I've recently went down to about 45 videos a month, not including lives, just talking. Well, I guess including lives. Yeah. 60 including lives, 45 recently. And then now I'm kind of doing about 30 right now, but I'm gonna get it down to like 16, but high quality videos. 16 great in-depth testing and like great information videos. So that should be awesome. What's up? Been following this channel for a few weeks now. Really enjoyed the content, man. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, I got a lot of great videos coming up too. I got a couple bags. I got a new backpack, man. This is my favorite backpack ever. I fucking love it. To me, it reminds me of a budget nutsack. I'm sure you guys know what the nutsack is. It's a USA made bag, really high quality, really nice. My brother has one and it is really good quality. And ever since I seen my brother's, I've wanted one. And so when I seen this one, much more affordably, because they are expensive, this one is a way more affordable and is very similar to it. It has the waxed canvas and everything. And I'm excited to do that video. Jim Miller, hey man, 20 pounds. Everyone is gifting memberships. Here's some cash. Thank you, man. I appreciate the bones. Man, damn. Thank you so much, man. You are awesome, Jim. Jim's been a huge supporter. He's been supporting for a long time. I greatly appreciate him. 287,000 now. At least no stupid people can say you bought followers now. And if they do, fuck that. Yeah. Yeah. You remember that shit, man? It's like when you're blowing up, it's like you're buying views or buying subscribers, but when you're at a dead standstill, crickets. No, I don't care. It's okay. It's just the way channels go. You know, it's just the way that the algorithm works. There's just different flows, different times. Certain like other channels that are booming right now will hit a wall, and then I'll be booming, right? And it just goes back and forth. You don't ever want to worry about that. What you want to worry about is providing the best content you can. That's the most important part. Don't even think about one subscribe. Well, not thinking about like think about them in like a bad way, but just like don't worry about gaining subscribers. Worry about getting people to click your videos. Worry about getting people to watch and continue watching your videos. That's how you'll gain a following. And to be honest, there's some very, very, very big well, they're not big channels and subscribers, but they're big channels and views, and you would never think that they make as much as they do, but because like say they have 50,000 subscribers, but they're getting millions and millions and millions of views, so they are just booming. They don't give a shit about a subscriber because their views are just outrageous. Ed Durbin's been a member for 25 months, over 2 years. I'm here only long enough to say hi and listen. Got to get ready for work. Third shift. So much fun. Well, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it, Ed. Thank you for joining in and at least listening. I know you got to get to work because, hey, you got to work, right? Get your ass to work. Seems Logical's been a member for 12 months. Hey, Jared, can you do another zombie head video? I'd like to, but I can't get them to donate me a damn head. I was trying to get them to donate me a torso. They never responded. They did post one of my videos that I did, or post a clip of my video on their Instagram page. But I'm gonna have to buy it if I do it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll figure out a way to make my own, which I've done before. But it's nice when you get that stuff with the bones in it and the skull and the brains and the blood. So maybe we'll just buy one. But man, a whole torso is so damn expensive. Just the head is expensive. Derek's been a member for 9 months. I'd like to see more ballistic gel tests. That's funny. I'm sitting here talking about it and I didn't even read that. Well, maybe we'll make that happen. We'll definitely make that happen because like I said, I got what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure the videos I'm doing are, you want to watch them no matter what, you know. I want to get away from first impressions and stuff like that. I'm just not fulfilled with those. I want to do more in-depth content where there's testing, there's information behind everything, and it takes more time. The problem is jumping to that, it hurts. It hurts at first. So, but you gotta take your wounds. You gotta shut a door before you can open another one, right? So, working on it, and it's going to be happening soon. So hopefully this year that's going to be the transition, and then basically everything you guys see will be high quality, and that's what you guys will be expecting. So you might not see a video every few days. It might be, you know, like once a week or something, but when you see it drop, or maybe a couple times a week, but when you see it drop, it'll be really badass. What's up? How's your day going? My day is going so well. I'd like to see more long-term reviews. Well, reviews is what we're going to do, but we're not doing regular reviews. Some stuff will be reviews, right? Like I just said, I'm doing the bag. But more like testing reviews where it's like this versus this, things like that, or how much can this do? This, you know, reviews, but in a different style. My mother says, all right, sweetheart, mom is going to go. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. Mom, I love you, and I hope you have a good night. Sweet dreams. I think syrup-filled torsos is a tough game to make a living. Why, you ask? Really? Yeah, it's definitely tough to make a living on those because they are fucking expensive. I'd like to make them and sell those bastards. That'd be cool. That'd be a good way to make a living doing it. Been subscribed for a couple weeks. Just got 2 Civivis mini praxises. I love them. Ordered stones and strop. Excited to learn. Oh yeah, Brian, that's badass. Good for you. So you got the stones, you got the strap. I'm gonna recommend you get something right now while you're in here and we're talking, because just to make sure you where the hell are they? That's them, but that's not the ones I want. Just to make sure you're holding your angle perfectly. This will help you. There's different ones in here, I think. Yes, there is. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you guys, and I'll put the link in the description or something, but here it is really quick. These are angle finders, right? And they have all different angles. You can see I've ordered them, right? These are really good, and there's different ones too. Like I can right here. These are smaller. Don't get these ones. They're okay, but they're really small. These ones are big. They're wide, so you're gonna be able to do all knives with them. These are kind of cool because it's got a few different angles, but screw those. Get the $16 ones. Unless if you're on a super tight budget, then just get the $10 ones. But these will make it to where you'll be able to perfectly hold your angle. I will grab this and I will link it. Well, I'll try to link it. I'm going to link it in the description right now for you. If the damn thing would go. So I put it, angle finder. So the angle finder is linked right down in the description right now. So if you want to get it, grab it. But that will help ensure that you don't mess up your angle, and you're able to hold it or land on it and hold it. Well, it's not going to help you hold it, but it's going to help you land on it. And then when you pick it back up and put it back down, you can go right back to the same angle to make sure you don't adjust or move angles. Any ideas on Microtech new stuff? Dark Side, thank you for the 5 bones. I don't know, man. I know that they're doing, and thank you for the donation, man. I know that they're doing that rock solid OTF, the automatic that's supposed to have no play. It's called a no play automatic, and it sounds badass. Kind of like, we already know one company that does it, G&G Hawk. They're the only company that can do it, to my knowledge. But that's the one I know that they got coming. They have a couple other things coming, but I seen the mini SOCOM. I think that's really badass. I wish they did a USA one. That one is done by Reich. Now, they have some other knives done by Reich, and that's cool. They're cool. I think Reich does a really, really good job. But some of these knives that Reich is making for these guys, they're overpricing them like crazy. They're almost pricing them as USA made knives. Granted, if that quality with those materials was made in the USA, yes, it would be more money than that. Let's just be honest. Yes, it would. Right? However, it's not. It's not made in the US. So I just, it's tough, man. It's tough because I want to buy them. I like them. I wish the new Roadhouse had a great knife in the fighting scene. Well, there's the one scene, I haven't seen it yet, but in the original one, the guy pulls out a blade and he goes to stab him, and Patrick Swayze grabs him by the wrist and breaks his arm or some shit. There's a scene very similar to that I seen in the trailer. Let me scoot down. I think the ballistic gel test with the FLN would be a really smart move. The guy who designed the knife is now testing the knife, kind of surprised it didn't happen already. Yeah, the problem is the thing I need to test it on is the most expensive part they have. Like, we'll look them up right now. Let's just see. All right, so here is the company that I bought from the last time. And they have zombie skulls, they have all kinds of shit, but they have brains in them, they have everything you want. So we're going to go to shop and we'll go to all products. This is just gel blocks. These is like the most affordable, but when you get to a head, oh wow, this head's actually more affordable than mine. This is on sale. I might as well grab one. They were like $250 when I bought them. Is this real? 2 to 4 weeks. The problem is you do have to use them really quick because they go bad. They do go bad. They're like kind of like a rotting corpse in your freezer. So you want to get you want to get them while the getting's good. Torsos, let's see how much they're $2,000. $2,000 for a torso. And this one doesn't even have the organs. This only had, so think about that. It doesn't even have the organs. We can get one of these. On his chest. Let's see. They have some with organs. Here we go. Oh no, that one doesn't have organs. Where's the one with organs? Oh, there we go. So they do have the one with organs without. Why is it the same price? That's weird. Maybe it's not. Oh, loaded. Yeah, loaded is $2,500. $2,550 for the torso. So these get expensive. So what would I do it on? You know, an arm. Let's see how much we can get an arm for. $3,200 for the body, head, and arms. That's dope, but it's pricey. Let's see. An arm. How much is an arm? 450 bones for an arm. This would probably be the most likely thing I would get if I got anything, and I don't want to because of the price, even though it says it's for sale or on sale. But this would be the likely thing you would hit with this knife. So he's talking about the FLN, my knife design with TKELL, USA made. But basically, you know, the most likely scenario you're going to use it on or for is with an arm, because an arm is what's going to be attached to you and why you're going to want to get it off of you, right? Just kind of, you know, thinking. So if I had one of those, I'd be able to test it going across an arm, which would be really nice. But what do I get? 3 to 5 swipes for $500 and something. You know, YouTube videos don't make that much money, guys. They really don't, especially over short periods of time. Over long periods, if they keep doing well, they do, but like they have to keep doing well. Like the videos that do like well and then drop down after a week or a few days, they don't give you that much money. You don't make hardly any money. I have no problem showing you guys how much a video makes. It's not much. Some videos make good amount, but it has to keep going. That's the thing. But with affiliate links and, you know, with other things, it does wind up working out. And when you have a large catalog of videos, that's where it starts adding up, because you have a lot of videos people are watching. But just one video by itself is hard, because that's an investment you pay into that you're not going to make back, right? It's like paying for somebody else to mow your lawn. Or sorry, yeah, it'd be like paying for something that is less valuable than what you're gonna make off of it or whatever. Like if you're gonna sell something, it's like buying something for more money and selling it for cheaper. That's what I meant to say. Your afternoon live today was really good. Good content for getting viewers. Yes, James, that's kind of the point. We're gonna continue to do sharpening videos. Oops, I seen. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm catching up right now, guys. So I apologize that I missed anything. Jared, is there any way to work with the knife codes to prevent all you guys having the same 5 KIZER knives on the same day? So here's the thing is that's why one thing I'm getting out of. I don't like that either. So a lot of times I tell companies, like, when they ask me like, can you post it on this day at this time and stuff like that, in many cases I'll say no. Some of them I say yes, because I know that I really want to show you guys and I know it's a good knife, or I don't know and I want to, you know, so I agree. But in a lot of cases I say no, because, or I ask them how many other people are going to be doing it. Like if you tell me multiple other people are going to be doing it, then no, I don't want to, because it's just boring. So I am getting away from that. And I have said that to the companies. I've told them. Some companies have gotten away from that. And that's why you'll see sometimes I'll post a video before everybody else, or sometimes after, or whatever. But there are going to be some that's just the way it is, because that's when they drop, and it's to bring awareness and attention to it. And, you know, but yeah, I want to get away from that stuff too. I can sharpen pretty well. I still use the angle finders. Well, there's no reason. Yeah, no reason not to. There ain't no problem with that. I mean, I don't use them, but I do when I do videos or when I want to. There's no problem with it. There's no reason not to. Like you said, it works great. And let's say you can get a phenomenal edge with the angle finder and a decent edge without. Why wouldn't you use the angle finder? That no play OTF is going to be crazy. Probably will be the first Microtech I buy, to be honest, at least. But do you know how much money it's going to be, Derek? I'm guessing it's going to be over 1,000, but I don't know. Jared, you could always go to Park Packing and buy a half hog, dice it up, and then have a cookout. Could do something like that. That's not a bad idea. Just buy a hog, hang it from a tree, get to work. Yeah, I might be able to do that. I would definitely find a local pig farm or something. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I don't know if I have any local pig farms around me, but maybe. Usually that stuff comes from like down south, but I don't know. Let me see. My aunts and uncles used to do pigs and stuff like that, but they don't have them no more. They don't do them anymore, so I can't get them from there. But that would be awesome if they still did. Hey, I'm coming by. Need to borrow your yard for a minute. Speaking of the FLN, I have the full tank Karambit, and I want the one with the ring. Wait, without the ring. Yeah, I prefer the one without, but if you have the one without, it still will have a ring because you can put it on. So this is the same thing as this one. This just has a G10 ring. See how it's an addition? So you can take that off and then it's just like this. So that's why that was the original design. What it was for was this, because I didn't want anything back here. So nothing could be stripped or anything like that. Not that this can be stripped from your hand, because you can use it as an impact tool. There's a lot of great things for the Karambit ring, even in the forward grip. Like this is still really, really good. But the point was concealability, right? It's not easy to conceal one with a ring. So you want to, you want to carry it more if it's a lot more concealable and comfortable and stuff like that, which I find it to be pretty comfortable as long as you get the clip that I recommend. I don't like this clip, guys. I don't like it. It tears up my leather belt. I wear a leather belt. If you guys wear a nylon belt or whatever, it's fine. But if you're wearing a leather belt, it's not good. But these clips, this is where it's at. It's so easy to put on. Like you can just, like with this one, I can literally just slip it right there. Bam, it's already in. So now I don't have to worry about ripping my belt or anything like that. You can't see I got it. You can see actually I got the shirt with it on there. Check that out. Bang. But yeah, it makes it to where you can easily get to it and easily remove it without tearing up your belt or anything like that. This one holds on to your pants. It's kind of the same concept, but this one goes up and around your belt. What's wrong?
Nothing, I'm just running a scan.
All right, let me see here. Oop, wrong way. Of course it is. Do you think it would be cheaper to buy pig parts from the local butcher? Pig being the closest human relative you can buy at the supermarket. I don't know. I would imagine it's cheaper to buy parts than a full pig for damn sure. But I don't even know how much a full pig would cost. Like I said, I used to get them from my family and it was different, because they'd raise them and shit. So how long did it take for your fingers to get used to these front flippers? They tear me up. A couple months, not too long. Depends on the front flipper because different jimpings and different detents. If it's getting tore up, that means it's going to grain a callus. That means it's going to get tough. So that's okay. Let it get a little tore up, just not too much so that it drives you crazy, and then just stop. And then what'll happen is you'll allow it to heal and it'll get tougher. And then you can go back. Just, give it up if it starts getting to you. Like here, I got my finger right now. I was testing an edge and I want cutting through my finger because I always test edges like this. And from me doing that so much, eventually it just found a little spot and got through. And yeah, it's been driving me nuts. Illinois, Indiana is pig capital of US, but it may well be the small family farms. Yeah, they're probably Southern Illinois. I'm Northern. What's your opinion on neck knives? Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, this could definitely be a neck knife. You know, but I think they're really good for people that that want to be able to carry concealed and they don't want anything around their belt, you know, for whatever reason. It does make it to where it's hidden, it's under your shirt, you can easily get to it, nobody can see it. Uh, unless if they can see it in your chest, which they usually can't. So no, I think they're a good idea. I've definitely carried them a bunch. Kara's gotten into them, or she was getting into them. Neck knives, yeah. Jared, do you have an Urban EDC at 5.5? I have a couple of them. I fell in love with mine the day I got it. Such a great knife. Yes, it is. It's absolutely a great knife. I'm not even sure if you can get these anymore. Does Urban EDC even have these anymore right now? They might have other versions. I know they don't have this version. This one's the M390 and micarta. I have the black micarta and I think LMAX, or maybe it's M390. I'm not sure. But yeah, no, phenomenal knife. Riat made. You can feel it's Riat too. They did a great job with it. Great detent, great ergonomics, great everything. Titanium liner lock. Thank you, Todd. Yes, TKELL knives. TKELL knives. That's where you can find the FLN. I got the FLN with the ring retention while being able to use the hand to grapple with the knife hanging on. With the ring retention while being able to use the hand to grapple with the knife while hanging on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you can drop it. Yeah, for sure. I personally there's a reason why we did both, right? Because people are going to be different. I wanted to make sure we had a compact version for concealability. If you're not going to carry it, because remember, it's supposed to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to carry something like this, right? As far as like being able to comfortably is my point. You know, some girls are smaller. What's up?
I didn't know this was gonna take this long. Can you just keep it? And if you notice that it's done, can you just let me know?
Yep.
So I can see what it says.
But the point was to make it to where everybody and anybody can carry it comfortably and would. So if you would carry it, then it's most likely going to be on you in an oh shit situation and easy to get to, very difficult to stop you from getting it, because that's the point. Can I stop you from getting it? Like if I was right there next to you, right? Could I stop you from getting it, right? And if it's right at the front of your belt, like this, it's very difficult to stop me from grabbing my belt buckle, right? It's so hard to stop me from doing that. Even if you have my arms, it's going to be hard to stop me. So, you know, that makes it more likely to be able to be deployed and used in that type of situation, because obviously it's a purpose-driven knife. What are you planning to make release your vision? It's coming very soon. I'm starting the testing probably tomorrow or the next day. I've already been doing stuff with them, but I have to do it in order, because like, let's say I do the scale test where I test the scale and they break and shatter. Well, now I can't do the edge retention test. So I have to do them in order, where I do the sharpening, edge retention test, then do destruction tests, just to make sure they're in good shape when I do the cut test. The pig parts is a good idea. Hit the butcher market, fix it up, do the video, then have dinner. Yes, sir. Yeah, I would love to do that. Like really love to do that. Maybe I might contact some family members and maybe put something together. I know some of my family members know where to get a pig for sure. Pig, oh, the pig snorting contest. That's fucking hilarious. Kara showed me a pig snorting. That was in Illinois. Somebody said we were like a pig capital of the USA. She looked up this, she showed me this pig snorting contest where these people literally snort like a pig for a contest. It is stupid. It's their pig calling. Yeah, how they call their pigs. That's what it is. You're right. It's pig calling. They're calling them home. That's what it is. Operators carry their knives also on their chest. Best position to get them in CQC. Yeah, carrying on the chest is a great idea. Like I said, I think it's good. The one problem some people have with it is you now have a choking device around your neck. So sometimes it's nice to have a break. We're not talking about chains. We're talking about any, like, I'm not saying specific. I'm saying there's all different kinds. So depending on what yours is, that's why it's good if it has a break. That's my point. You want one that can break. You don't want one that can't be broke, right? It's kind of like Joe Rogan always says, he's like, I can't never wear a suit and a tie because, and this is what he says, because I always feel like somebody could just choke me unconscious, because he's like, that's literally your walking fucking billboard to get choked out. Like, all I have to do is grab that tie and right up, you're fucked. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna 6 seconds, 6-7 seconds, you're blacked out. So and you know, I always think about that too. Did you send out those last winter stuff yet? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The only person who didn't get theirs was the one person that I did not get the right address from, or they said it was the wrong address. So hopefully the next one, the next time I go, they will it'll be fine. But yeah, you should be getting yours. You should have got it today or tomorrow. So I know Cold Steel used pork loins roast wrapped in twine and plastic wrap on their demonstration. I'd like to just have a whole damn pig. Pork roast wrapped around a wood dowel, grape juice wrapped in plastic with twine, a cut off jean leg around it. Test done it. Wound channel visually scary. Love it. Yeah, I'm sure we'll come up with something, but yeah, we're gonna do all different types of stuff like that. Like right now, bro, I got a sword that a company sent to me, and it's a badass sword. And I want to do a sharpening video on it, so I want to test it. And they sent me those what are those rolls called that they use to cut? They sent me a bunch of those. What are they called? No, it's something else. Anyways, so they sent me those rolls, and I'm going to cut them. I'm going to try to cut one without sharpening it. Yeah, tatami mats. Yes. So thank you. Seems logical. So I got a bunch of those, and so I'm going to cut one with the way it is. Then I'm going to sharpen it my damn self, put a fucking nasty sharp edge. Well, first I'm going to hone it and show you how you can easily tune your edge up like that without any skill at all. Then I'm going to sharpen it. Then we're going to test it. Jim Miller says, always have a break in anything around your neck. Fell in a ditch with a leather lanyard holding my compass. Almost hung myself. Would have if it been alone. Yeah, if you'd been alone. Yeah, I've had weird things like that happen to me too. So I think about that shit too. One time, check this out. One time, this has nothing to do with around my neck, but one time I had a spiral staircase. Okay. So in this house I had a big house and a small house. It was an in-law house on my property. And the in-law house, the bedroom was upstairs. So you had to go up the spiral staircase to get upstairs. It was a very narrow spiral staircase. You guys can picture a spiral staircase. So it was literally in the corner. So I was walking up the staircase, and there's no like rail going around. So there's just the poles holding things. I tripped and I fell behind it. But what happened was I had stuff stored right behind it. So what happened was when I fell forward, it wedged my arms back like this, and I was face down with my arms wedged behind me, stuck head down. And there was a shelf thing there. It went right down, bam, right into my eye. It gave me a black eye. And I'm sitting there with it pressed against my eye with my whole body weight pushing me down, and I'm stuck in this damn hole. And it was crazy. Like, in order to get out, like, it was insane. Like, I probably looked, if somebody had it recorded, it'd look ridiculous what I had to do to get out. Let's just say that. It was not fun. And it was just such a freak occurrence. Like, slip, fall down, and it's almost like going into headfirst to a dumpster or a garbage can, where what can you do? You know, like if somebody pulls one over your head and your arms are down, it just goes down. Now you can't do anything, right? Your arms are stuck. It's kind of like that. Jared, just for your information, swords are purposely made to be duller. I know that. They are impact weapons, so they need a more durable edge than a smaller knife. Swords have a lower HRC. No, I know that. And that's one thing I was going to talk about in the video, was that, you know, most swords are made to be sharp, but tough and sharp because they're for impact. No, I get it. But that doesn't mean the audience and myself doesn't want to see how sharp a sword can get. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I know a lot of swords on, you know, the internet have probably been very, very sharp, but I always am skeptical on other people's level of sharpness and what they consider sharp. So I want to see what it's like when I put a fucking edge on it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's probably going to be a nightmare, and it might not even work out. I might ruin the damn thing trying to do this. So hopefully I don't. We're going to see how it goes, though. Like I said, I'll first tune it up just the way anybody can do it, because I've noticed there's still a burr on it and stuff like that, which in reality, if you go out and use it, it's going to knock the burr off anyways. So glad you didn't die there, Jim. The channel wouldn't be the same without you. Yes, exactly. Sounds like getting stuck in a tree well skiing snowboards slash snowboarding. Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's probably a lot of things you could, you know, say it's similar to. If they had a Spyderco and MagnaCut, I'd get that one. I'd probably get the Deca Lonnie just because I like MagnaCut. They do have a Spyderco and MagnaCut, I thought. Chuck it with the 5 bones. Hey, Jared, I'm looking for a banging long-lasting scent. The last one you recommended is great, but only lasts a few hours. Okay. You want a banging long-lasting scent? Okay, well, I got something for you. The ones we're going to talk about today, I got, but I have something else for you. And I'm also going to recommend something else too. I got something for you, Chuck it. What time is it? You know, fuck it. Let's do fragrance of the day. So first off, we're going to go through the fragrances and I'll talk about the one I'm talking about for you, Chuck it. So give me just 1 minute. So fragrance of the day. Actually, Talika, I don't think he's in here right now, recently bought this, and this is one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up, because I've talked about it many times on the channel. It's one of my favorite leather fragrances, and that is Coach Platinum. So this is a woody leather fragrance. To me, it kind of smells like a fresh, with a hint of sweetness to a woody leather. So it's leather strong. So it definitely has a strong leather note. It almost smells like sweet suede to me. And then it has a woodiness to it and a pineapple top note. So the top is pineapple. Then it quickly goes down to this woody, leathery scent. It's fucking beautiful. It's masculine. It's great. It almost reminds you of like, to me, it kind of reminds you of like jumping into a brand new car with the leather and wood grain interior and all that. And not where it has a new car smell, but where it has leather and wood smell. It's a beautiful scent. Now, it's obviously not just like that. I'm just saying it kind of reminds you of that a little bit, but great fragrance. I got a link down in the description. We'll talk about the 3V here in 1 second, Bald Assassin. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the 2 bones. So the Platinum, affordable scent. It's not very expensive. You can lock the atomizer. It's a good one though. So this is my favorite leather scent right now. However, I have a couple fragrances that I mix with this one sometimes. So one is the Coach for Men. Now, again, like he just said, the Coach for Men does not last very long. That's the problem. It only lasts about 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours. So that's the part that sucks about it. But this is one of the best smelling men's fragrances on the planet. And I'm not exaggerating. It is a gorgeous scent. It's a freshie. It's a blue fragrance. It's a fresh shower jelly type of fragrance. Smells like a clean man just got out of the damn shower. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's got a sweetness to it. This is just, nobody would dislike this. I don't care who you are. If you dislike this, I'd have to slap you. It is so good. It literally, to me, I have a lot of fragrances, and this is one of the most captivating fragrances I have. Problem is, like I said, it just doesn't last. And it's also not super unique because it's a freshie. It's a crowd pleaser. Everybody's going to love it. So there's a lot of mass appealing fragrances like that, but damn it, it is so good. And when you mix the two, this is good by itself. This is phenomenal by itself. But when you mix the two, it gives you a completely new fragrance that's really, really good. And I really like it. Now, back to Chuck It. Musk and Hustle. I put it down in the description, Musk and Hustle. So I put the 201 down there, but if you click on that link, you will see there is other versions. Look it up online and see what the number is. This is ombre leather. So this is another leather fragrance. These are oils though. This is not like a fragrance spray. This is potent. This is very concentrated. So you only need a little dab or do. Like it's like literally just like that. So what I like to do is this is a sweet leather fragrance. This is more of a fresh leather fragrance. So I do a couple sprays of this with a little dab or do of that, and it makes a beautiful semi-sweet fresh leather fragrance. This one's definitely a sweet leather fragrance. Now, ombre leather is a fragrance from Tom Ford. However, this is, it smells very different from Tom Ford. So I have the replica of the Tom Ford, and it's good. It's good, but it has this like powdery lipsticky smell to it. This doesn't have that. This is a high concentrated version of it. So it's way different. So much sweeter and much heavier on the leather. So very, very good fragrance. So this is one I would recommend. But Chuck it, what I would say is check out all the Musk and Hustle fragrances, because you'll go through them and you'll find one. You can get sample boxes where you get a bunch of different ones. Make sure you get the nitro pens though. You don't want the big bottles where, you know, you have to like pour it out or anything. You want these rollers because it's so easy to apply, and then you just dab it around. And like I said, potent, but great mixers. I have another one right here. This one's Polo Black, and it's, you know, it's a unique scent. Anyway, so one other one really quick and then we're done is another Coach fragrance. I wanted to go through my Coach line. So we talked about the Platinum, which is a sweet, or sorry, a fresh semi-sweet pineapple-y suede fragrance with some woody notes. Very, very, very fucking good. And when I say pineapple, I'm not talking about pineapple candy. I'm talking about the plant. We have Coach for Men, which is a fresh, manly, masculine. Both of these are very masculine scents. All of them, actually. But this one is a fresh shower jelly type of fragrance. And then this one is what I would say is a gym, office, or just daily wear. This is Coach Blue. So I have this link down in the description as well. This is a super fresh. It's a beautiful scent. That's a beautiful scent. That is, let me just look up the note breakdown. That's gorgeous. So it is a super fresh hint of sweetness with that's obviously a very blue scent, right? Because, you know, blue. But here it is right here. Lots of citrus in it. You definitely get a lot of citrus and a lot of freshness. Here it is. So here's the note breakdown of this one. Citrus, ozonic, aromatic, woody, fresh, spicy, amber, conifer, and bitter. So it's a beautiful blend. Like I said, this is a great one for a gym. This is a great one for an office fragrance. It's a freshie. It's a crowd pleaser. Nobody will hate it. Everybody will love it. And, you know, it's mass appealing. They're saying mostly summer, spring, which is true. It is that type of scent. I think you can wear it all year. The top notes are lime and absinthe. Middle notes are ozonic notes and black pepper. Base notes are cedar and amber. If anybody's wondering what absinthe smells like, it smells like mysterious wood. Does that make any sense to you? Probably not. That's what they say, though. It's a good scent, though. So I highly recommend it. If you're just looking for a nice freshie that everybody will like and you're guaranteed to like, check out one of these two. If you want something a little bit more niche, that's not a freshie, it's more of a like I said, a leathery, woody fragrance that's also fresh. Coach Platinum, banger, absolute banger. I love it. And like I said, some fragrances just make great mixers, and this is a great mixer in my opinion. I don't mind adding a little bit of sweet woody leather or fresh woody leather to other fragrances. How mysterious is this wood we speak of? Exactly. But that's what it smells like. It's green. It's a green note. So absinthe smells like green, woody, mysterious. Literally, if you look it up, that's what it says. But green is like earthy. You can think it's sometimes minty, sometimes how else can I say it? So minty, mentholy, green, you can say grassy, it's like more earthy and leafy smelling. But when green is done well in a fragrance, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like this one has a little hint of green in it that I really like. Vetiver. The oil bases don't evaporate like most fragrances products do, giving them long-lasting effects. Yeah, absolutely. On the edge. Thank you, man. Appreciate the membership. Shout out to all the new members. So as far as the 3V from Demco, I don't know, man. I've sharpened it up, but I've never tested it. So I would imagine it's probably not on a hard side. I would imagine it's on the softer side. Just because he likes extremely tough knives, but I don't know. I haven't tested it. But that's what I would guess. I would guess it's probably in the low to mid range in HRC. It's probably really tough. I'm sure he does a good job heat treating it. He just might not heat treat it high. But yeah, the oil based fragrances are like super potent. They last a very long time because they're an oil, so they stay on your skin. Like you can put just a couple dots on you and you'll be smelling it all day. Or just put a nice little nice little spot, pat it around, pat it on your neck, pat it over here. You'll be good to go. What do I think of KIZER's 10V? So I was happy with it. I don't think it's as good as Spider-Ghost K390, but it's okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I sharpened it up. I used it. I kind of did some testing. I didn't do an edge retention test, but it did good. But yeah, it's not so 10V technically is better than K390. So that should tell you everything, right? If their 10V is not outperforming K390, then they're probably not doing it very hard. So they're probably just doing it on the softer side. So, I'm not going to say it's the greatest 10V, but it's okay. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to say for everybody's, right? My 4V from KIZER was phenomenal. Like fucking crazy good. But that could have been an outlier. I don't know. Lux says transparent tested Demco's 3V. It was good. Like 62. Oh, awesome. I'm sorry for saying that. I take my statement back. Awesome. Very, very happy to hear that. I shouldn't have said that. So I was out of pocket. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't tested it. So Transparent Knives has, so I apologize. Never sharpened one of my knives. My beater Spyderco Tenacious is basically a trainer at this point. That means you're going to have to spend a lot of time reprofiling. That's the problem. When you don't sharpen, then when you do sharpen, it's going to take you forever. And this is the problem, is people will take a knife that needed a sharpening a long fucking time ago, and then they'll go to sharpen it and it will take them so long. They're like, damn this, I don't want to waste all this time and all this effort. I'll just buy a new knife. Not realizing, like, if you had just sharpened it, when it needed it, it would have taken you a quarter of the time, if not, faster. Do all scents react to your skin like regular colognes? No. So everybody's skin is going to be different. Everybody's pheromones are different. Everything's going to be different about you, even like just from the body washes you use to the oil, your oily skin, how dry your skin is. All these things play a part. So it's always the same in the air, right? But it's different when you put it on your skin. Some people's skins accept certain fragrances more than others. So you have to find what works for you. When I say mass appealing, though, I'm saying it's going to be a fragrance that you're not going to hate. You're not going to dislike it. You'll most likely love it. But it's not a problem, right? This is actually a good thing. Most people love mass appealing fragrances. Most. Meaning that's what they're going to buy. But people that have a lot of mass appealing fragrances usually try to lean more towards a more niche fragrance. And the reason why is because once you've smelt 30 mass appealing fragrances, you've smelled them all. So you feel like it's just another one. It's just another one. Kind of like say buying cheap Chinese knives, right? But when you become a knife collector, you start wanting like the sharp by designs, the this, the that, the nice stuff. And that's kind of the way it is. And even if it's not expensive, it doesn't have to be expensive. Like there's fragrances right now I can mention that are a quarter of the price of some, designer fragrances, and they're absolutely bangers. So it just depends. I went from sharpening 5CR15 MOV to S90V, and it's a nightmare. Really? So usually, the way I see it is no steel is difficult to sharpen. S110V is finicky. It's the geometry that matters. So maybe the 5CR was a nice thin blade and the S90V is a thick blade, because S90V shouldn't be much more difficult to sharpen than 5CR. It'll just take a little bit more time. The wear resistance is higher. The ease is the same. It's just your effort takes longer. So instead of taking 10 minutes, it might take 20 minutes. Or instead of taking 20 minutes, it might take 35 minutes. But if it's thin geometry, it'll go even faster. There's knives I can sharpen in S90V even faster than 5CR because of geometry. I got the Cold Bowl 2 in 4V. It's sweet. I'm no Jared, but it's sharpened up to the best edge I ever had. Retention good too. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, I got one up here right now that I sharpened, and when I sharpened it, just absolutely hair whittling, just destroying hairs. It got so damn sharp. There's certain steels that are just, they stand out. They stand by themselves. 4V is one of them. Like I can name, a handful of steels right now that when you get a good heat treated batch of it and you know how to sharpen, they take levels of sharpness that no other steels really take. And it's just all about the edge stability with very, very thin geometry, because some steels, the more you stretch them out, it'll just get brittle up here and it'll break down, even though you can't see it and it's still very sharp. The microscopic apex is more brittle and breaks down. So then it's not as sharp, even though it's screaming sharp, right? Screaming sharp. Anybody would feel it and be like, damn, that's a sharp edge. But the ones that even get a little bit crispier and don't break down on the apex and actually hold, those guys get scary sharp. Scary, scary sharp. Thank you for saying that. It's like the deodorant. I've come across a few that just make me smell worse. It's not often. And yeah, so same kind of concept. Also, my favorite knife handle material is titanium, then micarta, then fat carbon fiber, then probably G10, or I like G10. It depends on the application. Like if I'm going hunting or something like that, I want G10. But I love micarta and I love titanium. But yeah, your oils and your pheromones and all that, it's going to play a part. And also the things you eat, all that stuff's going to play a part in the way you smell and the way fragrances come off on you. So if you like, a lot of people don't even know this, but if you are having problems with body odor, a lot of times if you change your diet around, something in your diet can make that happen. So, or maybe you just need to drink more water. There's so many different variables. So there's going to be some fragrances that you might absolutely hate on your skin, but you love in the air. It just depends. Look, try red tobacco. Red tobacco is fire. But red tobacco, that's not a mass appealing fragrance. Be warned. Be fucking warned. That stuff is nuclear. I freaking love it. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite tobacco fragrance. I actually sent some to Marine X. We'll see what he thinks. That shit is, you spray it once, you're good for damn near a week. That shit lasts. Like I've sprayed myself and I'll still smell it the next day. I'll take off a shirt that I wore for an hour or something. I had the fragrance on, and I'll go back and get it a week later and I can still smell that shit. It's nuclear, but it is a strong, spicy, sweet tobacco fragrance. That's what it is. Spicy, sweet tobacco. And it is, I love it, but not everybody's going to love a tobacco fragrance. I love tobacco fragrances. It's one of my favorite notes if done well. I've also got a lot that I don't like. Like I recently got one like sweet tobacco, or what is it? Tobacco honey. I don't even like this stuff. So Seems silly to wash off your own pheromones only to replace them with perfumes extract from the glands of a civet cat. Well, no, because since the beginning of time, we've had things that we've covered ourselves with. It's just in our nature. It's just back in the day, we would do it with different things, or we would mark territories, probably like animals. But you have your body odor and stuff like that. That's, it's just a natural thing. So it's also a natural thing for other humans, women, that when they smell you, they become attracted, or they're enticed, or, or maybe more inviting. If you walk into a job interview, right, and you're next to the stinky guy and you're the fresh guy, guess who's getting the fucking job? Not the stinky guy. So there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself and wanting to smell good and wanting the people around you to be pleased. I get compliments all the time and I love it. I fucking love it. And then sometimes you'll get the people, it's usually not even guys, but sometimes you'll get people that make a snarky remark, and I love that even more. I love that even more because it just tells me they're jealous. They're jealous and they stink. Because if something that smells really good offends you, then you're the stinky person. You know what I mean? Like, how can something that smells delightful, bother you? I'm not talking about something like where like somebody soaked themselves and now they smell like a fucking whorehouse and you're next to them in an elevator. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about if it's a reasonable amount, you barely get a whiff of it, but you could smell it. It smells good. Some fragrances you actually have to get close to somebody to smell. There's different fragrances. Some are made to expand and go out through the room and everybody's going to smell it. Then there's some that the person actually has to hug you to smell it. Then there's some that gives you the 2 feet. So then there's some that give you a sillage. Sillage is like when you're walking, it like dwindles off of you, right? So the people 3, 5, 10 feet behind you will smell it as you walk by. So it depends on what fragrances you have, how much you put on. All of that will depend on how close people will smell it, how far away, how strong it'll be, and so on and so on. Hey, what's up, Joe? I go out of my way to smell good all the time. Damn right, Joe. See, I think that's a good, when I hear men say that, they're just, to me, that just means that's a man that takes care of himself, which is a damn good thing. And listen, man, I did doing construction my whole life. I watched men do the exact opposite. And that's why I'm kind of pushy on this subject, because I've watched men literally kill themselves, torturing themselves with laborious jobs. And me myself, right? I spent my whole life refusing to put lotion on my hands because I thought that it would make them weaker. Think about the brain fucking fart that has to be, to think that moisturizing your hands makes you not only a bitch, but makes you weaker. I thought it would make my hands cut easier, and I wanted my hands to be rough like leather, because I'm a construction worker, which in reality, lotioning them would have healed them faster and would have made them even tougher. Granted, I wouldn't want to lotion them up before going to work, but at night after a shower or something, taking care of your skin would make them actually not crack and break. And because in the winter, man, when your hands are dry, they'll crack so bad they'll be bleeding. But all you needed was a damn moisturizer. So it's just, I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of pushy on the subject, for that type of stuff. I think it's good for men to encourage other men to feel good, smell good, live good, and things like that, and to not let other men talk down on them for doing that, because most of the time when men do that, it's something's wrong with them. And people should just feel bad for them. I feel bad for them, to be honest, because I know that type of person, they have to be pretty damn lonely, Joe is a member of real Italian mafia, so he has to smell good. That's true. That is true. We're not going to mention that again, though. Lotion makes you catch the gay. Exactly. I didn't want that to happen. What citrus-based fragrances could you recommend for my husband? So this one's a really good one, Coach Blue. That's a great citrus fragrance. I really like this one. I also like Versace Pour Homme. That's a really good one. This is a good one. We haven't talked about this one in a little bit. So this is a very citrusy fragrance. My favorite is Vibrato, but I can't recommend it to you because it's so damn expensive. My second favorite is Guerlain Privé, Platine Privé. It's a black bottle. But that stuff's kind of expensive too, like 150 bucks. This stuff's cheap. This stuff's like, I don't know, 60 bucks or something. It's called Pepe Jeans, P-E-P-E Jeans, London. I'll look it up really quick. But it's really good. It's a citrusy, fresh fragrance, mass appealing. Everybody loves it. Everybody would love it. Oh, I can't find a note breakdown of it. I'll show you guys the bottle, but I can't find a note breakdown. That sucks. Let me try it again. Cocktail edition. Okay, let me put that in. Pepe Jeans Cocktail Edition. Let's try that. There we go. We got it. So this is a good one. I've recommended it a bunch of times. It is, like I said, a nice citrusy fragrance. The warm spicy, don't even think about that. There is no warm spicy in this thing. The woodiness, yes. Fresh spicy, yes. Green, yes. The cocktail part, it doesn't smell like alcohol, so don't take it like that. It looks like a cocktail bottle. That's the point. It's a fresh, out of the shower type of fragrance. Top notes is yuzu, grapefruit, and violet leaf. Middle notes is ginger, cardamom, and thyme. Base notes are moss, cedar, and dry wood. Now, this is not a super woody fragrance. It is more of a citrus bomb. Very citrusy. Very citrusy, very fresh. The wood blends really well with the citrus. You might not even call it out as wood, but in the dry down, you'll probably pick it up a little bit more. But this is a really good scent. Super fresh, super citrusy, little hint of woody. It's got some green in there. It almost smells like it has pineapple in there too. I know that's the grapefruit. Grapefruit and pineapple can kind of come off the same. So that grapefruit smells really good in there. But I would recommend that one, absolutely. I don't have a link down in the description, but I did link the blue, which is another, this is a banger too. We were talking about it earlier. Coach Blue. I got it linked down in the description right now. That's a really good one. He'll like it. Trust me. He'll like that one. And then, yeah, try that one. That one's probably the best one I could. Holy shit, the Militos. Hold on 2 minutes. Damn. They must not have had very many. Sorry. Oh, that's also probably because people were pre-ordering them and shit or something. I should quit joking around with this. I know Jared is serious about it, and I probably should wear scents, even if it's even just for the wife. Yeah, you should do it for the wife. That's actually the best reason you could do it. I think for anybody that's around you, you know, like you should think about the people around you and what they see, what they smell, what they taste, you know, things like that. It's always, it's never a bad thing to think about that stuff. You know what I mean? It can't hurt you. It can only help you. Like if you think about the people around you, or the people that are coming in after you or whatever, that can definitely, make you instantly more attractive, instantly more everything, you know. So today's carry, KUBEY Fixie Neck Hoe Gritter Primary. Man, I got the dango quiet carry still. I can't get it out of the pocket, man. Can't get it out of the pocket. Even after I destroyed and microchipped my edge, I've still carried it. It's still sharp from here to here and then here to here, but not right here. It's fucked. I bet I could cut paper though. I bet I know the tip can cut paper, right? Obviously, right? Your boy sharpened it, but oh, hear that? Oh. Look at that tip though. Look at that tip. Tip action, heel action. Belly? No. Yeah, it's microchipped to shit. I gotta resharpen it. I hit a row of staples. That's got, man, that pisses me off every time. Like when you just come off the stone, freshly stropped, and then you go to break down a box and you hear that noise, it's like, fuck. Damn it. It is literally a steel bar of soap, no water needed. It will take weed smell off hands. Still wearing Stetson blue and Stetson rich suede. I haven't tried the Stetsons. I probably should. Neeves, when are you sharpening again? So we sharpen twice a month on the members live, and I'm doing random daily live sharpenings vertically. So you'll find me in the the vertical lives during the day. I'm gonna probably pop up and do those a few days a week. I might even do one tomorrow. I'm not sure. They're just kind of random, it's just if I'm about to sharpen, I can easily set up, I will. It's getting a lot of views and a lot of attention. They don't make money, but they get attention. So it'll get new people to the channel. So that's awesome. So you'll be seeing those. And then, like I said, every other Sunday for the members, we do live sharpenings that are scheduled. And we also do giveaways on those days. Top 3 thus far. Ooh, I like this. Versace Dylan Blue, banger, absolute banger. That's like the best men's fragrance ever. I actually sent some to Marine X too. So, yeah, if she's still in here looking for a fragrance for your husband, if you want the best of the best of the best, Versace Dylan Blue is where it's at. It's affordable as all hell. It is like 40 to 60 bucks for a big bottle, and it is nuclear. It's powerful, it's long lasting. It's literally like, and the scent is just unbelievably gorgeous. Number 2, Sauvage Elixir. So I like all the Sauvages. I'm not a fan of the Elixir. I don't like the black licorice in that. So I know a lot of guys like it. So I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance. Most people that love Sauvage fragrances think Elixir is their favorite. My favorite is the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum. And then Tom Ford Ombre Leather, exactly what we were talking about earlier. This is the Ombre Leather. This is just a more concentrated, denser, sweeter version. And then tried Jazz Club today. It's not bad, but I don't think it's for me. I said the same thing. Hey, I said the same thing. Same damn thing. I'm telling you, give it a little time. Give it a little time. Don't judge a scent that you're not mad at. So if you're just mad at it right off the bat, then yeah, it's probably not, you're probably not like it. But if it's something where you're just like kind of off put, give it a day or two. You might find out that that's your favorite fragrance of all time in history. That's how it goes. So the Jazz Club is one that it's a little acquired. So you'll smell it and you're kind of like, it's okay, but I wouldn't wear it. And then the next time you smell it, you're like, it's okay. Then the next time you smell it, you're like, I kind of like it. Then the next time you smell it, you're like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. Then the next time you smell it, you're like, I want to buy a big bottle. It winds up becoming really good. It's a banger fragrance. The only problem is it doesn't last a super long time, but it smells so good. Now, Luck, I don't know if you've tried the red tobacco yet. If you don't like tobacco fragrances, then do not try the red tobacco. Red tobacco is like a nuclear version of any tobacco fragrance you'll ever smell. One tobacco that's a very subtle tobacco. It's strong on the tobacco, but what I'm saying is it's not a nuclear fragrance. This is a close-up fragrance. Nobody's going to smell it unless if they hug you or within 1 to 2 feet from you to smell it, and you could soak yourself with it. And that is Dolce & Gabbana the One. Dolce & Gabbana the One. It is a tobacco fragrance. It's basically a mentholy tobacco fragrance. To me, it smells like menthol tobacco, not smoke. Menthol tobacco with a couple other little notes in there to sweeten it up. And it is a very masculine tobacco scent. You can spray it 40 times on you. It's not going to last more than 6 hours. So it's a fragrance you have to keep reapplying. But it is a fragrance, like I said, it's a close-up fragrance. So it doesn't matter how many times you spray it. Somebody across the room is not going to smell it. It'll take, they'll have to come up to you. But that also kind of makes it appealing to some people because they don't want anybody to smell them. They want the people that get close to them to smell them. And that's a good one if you like tobacco fragrances. Honestly, Neeves turned me into Ozada Blue. It's cheap as shit. Ooh, shit. Cheap as shit at Marshall's, but it's way better than most junk. I do admit I like the ombre leather when I'm wearing my chaps at Village People tribute bands. Hell yeah. The elixir is crying. You're a man's man, my friend. Do you know wines and liquors? I do not know wines very well. Not that I wouldn't want to. I've worked in a distillery before, but I'm not, I'm not. No, I don't. I'll just be honest, I don't. Uh, I'm not a big drinker, so not that I don't drink, not that I won't drink, but I'm just not a big drinker. The one is excellent tobacco fragrance. Yes, Dolce Gabbana, the one. Unsmoked tobacco smells like okey doke, but yeah. Well, it's not. So remember, it's notes, so it's tobacco leaf. And so it's not going to smell like a pack of Newports. Well, maybe some of them do, but usually the tobacco note is the leafy note. So it's covered with other stuff. So when you hear a tobacco note, don't just think, oh, it just smells like a pile of tobacco. No, it's going to have other things in there that are going to sweeten it up, freshen it up, make it a little spicy, maybe a little sweet, whatever, to make it an appealing fragrance. Just like when I say pineapple's the top note, that doesn't mean the fucking thing smells like pineapple. It just means that's the top note you get before you get to the wood and this and that, because there's layers on, fragrances. So good news, bad news. Good news is they got the bullet out. Bad news is I can't move my damn leg. Damn. Well, hopefully it's not too long and you'll be moving really well. And hopefully you heal up very well. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Eating healthy, obviously. Take your damn vitamins and get some rest. In order to heal, you got to sleep. Safest tobacco, DAG, the one EDP, and Jean Vervatos Vintage. I haven't tried that one. Tobacco leaf smells great. Cigarette smoke, not too much. Exactly. And when you mix it right, pipe tobacco smells good. I agree. I actually like pipe tobacco. That is actually what Dolce Gabbana, the one, smells like. It smells like a menthol pipe tobacco. When I smelt it, I instantly thought of like a lot of people in my family, because most of my family are smokers. I grew up in a smoking house. I grew up, ashtrays everywhere and everything. And my grandpa always had this scent to him, from drinking his whiskey and smoking his fucking cigarettes and shit. So same thing with my dad. He was always smoking some Marlboro Reds. So I got it in my DNA, tobacco. So yeah. By the way, the Militao was sold out in 20 seconds. Believe me, I tried to write it release. Damn, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Luckily, I didn't link it. People be going crazy right now. Every time I link something and then it sells out that fast, one, everybody blames me. But I don't deny it. Maybe it was me. But two, they get mad at me. They get angry that they didn't get it, even though like my link might not have even done anything for it. But then they get pissed that they didn't get one. The one is an excellent tobacco fragrance. I agree. Got to run. All right, Fook. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. Hope you have a great night. Zorro in the Wookiee side. Let the Wookiee win. It's like a Marty's version of the guy that just smoked a pipe with a pipe tobacco. And Haven says, will do, Jared. Yeah, definitely get some rest, man. Anytime you get an injury, you got to rest, man. You got to rest. That is number one. Your body can't heal without rest. So if you want to heal fast, get some rest. Jared's face for what? What is my face for what? Tell me, Neeves, what's your rod of correction? Mine was a 2x4. What was your rod of correction? You talking about for ass whoopings? Is that what we're talking about? Mine was a belt. Sometimes, maybe a spoon, a big wooden spoon or something, but the back of the hand, the front of the hand, pants down, bare ass. Bow. I never realized just how bad smoking smelled until I quit. Same. And I had bunches of patients sick with cancer and emphysema. Yeah, I didn't realize either. I remember all kinds of people always saying it, and then when I quit, I realized now when I go out with my family and stuff, sometimes I'll smoke a couple cigarettes, and even if I don't, I'll smell like cigarettes. So even if I don't smoke one whatsoever, I'll come back and I'll smell like cigarettes. So I instantly separate that stuff so that I don't make everything else smell like it, because I you get used to it too quick, right? The second you're in it for 20 minutes, you stop smelling it. Then you get used to it. But everybody else can smell it. So I know that. So now I can smell it a mile away. Mom used the spoon. That shit stung. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. My delicate computer correction tool is a 2x4. There you go. He says, I'm just slightly upset that I won't be able to work or go to the gym, but I can spend time on Blade HQ as I pet my cat. There you go, Haven. That's hey. Be optimistic. Definitely have a good attitude about it. Get some rest, heal up. You got all the time in the world to exercise and make money. So get your health back. Remember, if you're not focused on your health and you're only focused on money and you know, shit like that, then you're losing out in one area. So focus on that so you can win in all areas. Try to win in all. We're not all perfect, right? I suck too, but you know, you do your best. Wife almost died from asthma from my smoking. Yeah, that sucks. Extension cords hurt. Yeah. Mom used whatever was closest to her. I got threatened with the carpet beater. Your cat is happy though. Blade HQ, man. Do it every time to your cat. I learned to enjoy NEEVEKNIVECO online during COVID. My pops didn't need a stick. He had a club hanging out of his shirt sleeve. That's what I meant. The hand, the back of the hand. I caught that probably more than anything. My mom was the belt. That was trusty, or like a wooden spoon or something, but 90% of the time it was a belt. Or bare hand, right? She'd pull down your pants and get you on your bare ass if you really did something messed up. But the old man, he'd fucking karate kick me in the fucking head. He didn't give a shit. He'd throw me into the fucking ceiling and, you know, let me hit the ground. All out of love though. And I loved every bit of it. So, I think it was a good thing. John Paul Gauthier, that's my shit. You can't use it. Well, I've had it once. I went back to a fragrance store to test it out again because when I had it a long time ago, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I only had one bottle of a specific one. So I thought maybe I need to try some of the other ones. Tried a couple other ones and still wasn't my jam. However, there's one right now that a lot of people are saying is really good. It's called the Paradise one, I think. It's supposed to be like a beachy coconut scent or something, but it sounds good, but I'm a little skeptical. I'm not going to buy it. That's for sure. I'll maybe get a sample in the future. Mom beat me with whatever was closest. My mom would throw whatever statues, ornaments she had lying around the house, preferably the metal ones. Go and get me a switch was a phase that was heard often in our community, more of a pastime, really. Yeah, that's not something that exists anymore. Like a lot of people, if you said that to a lot of kids these days, they wouldn't even know what that meant. You go get me a switch. Well, because the point is though, this is the point, is normally when you tell a kid the first time, only once this happens, they'll pick a thin one and they'll think that they got you, right? You'll be like, go break me off a stick to whoop your ass. You'll go get a thin one. You're thinking like, I got his ass. He ain't going to be able to do nothing. And then you find out that the little ones are the ones that hurt the most. You should have picked the big one. Let him hit you over the fucking head. I didn't clean my room one morning. Next thing you know, I'm dodging a metal dolphin statue. Free Willy. May not have the new Miltaw, but holy hell, that 50% sale on the mini roach. I had no expectations, but damn, that thing is an absolute budget band. I know. I was talking about it earlier during my vertical live. For the 37 bucks I paid, wish I bought 2 or 3. Dude, so right now, KIZER has a badass sale. Go to the KIZER link down in the description. Go to the clearance sale. It's all the way on the right at the top of the page. They have some bangers. A lot of them are sold out now because people are buying them up. They had the Escort and 20 CV in aluminum for like $102. That is like $5 more than they had the 154 CM in my Carta version. Banger. And the aluminum one is way better. Like, if you have the aluminum one and then you try the micarta one, then micarta one doesn't even compare. Like, not at all. The aluminum one feels so much tougher and solid. It feels like a tough knife. The micarta one feels like a light duty knife, you know, but not saying it is. I'm just saying what it feels like. But man, they have some great bangers on there right now. Great deals all the way around. You're in trouble for her not having a spoon for cooking. The kids get in trouble because the mom broke all the spoons on their ass, so they didn't have any spoons for cooking. So you're getting another ass whooping. I had sharp reflexes, so I thought dodged one, but boom, headshot with the other. You meant you merely adopted the abuse. I was born in it, molded by it. Yeah. You know, I believe in it. So, you know, I don't care what anybody says. I believe there's a way to do it, though. And this is the way to do it, in my opinion. The problem with and I'm not saying that like you guys went through this, because, you know, a lot of kids went through real fucking ass whoopings that probably sometimes weren't deserved, which can seem a little abusive. Not that I think it's abusive. I say kick your kids' asses. That's what I say. But the way I think to properly do it is, one, make sure it's choice. So kind of like this. Like my mom used to say, if I count to 3 and I get to 3, I have to whoop your ass. I can't not whoop your ass, because if I get to 3 and I don't whoop your ass, then you'll never believe me when I get to 3. So if she ever got to 3, there was no choice. Like, I was getting an ass whooping no matter what. And you only have to do that a few times to know that you don't want to get to 3, you know? So then you stop getting to 3. You stop what you're doing, because you've learned that this is the consequence. And I think like with certain things, like, you know, if the kid knows, like, hey, if you do that, I'm going to bust your ass. And so if they do it, they have to get an ass whooping because you told them you were gonna. Now, if the kid's doing something and they didn't know they're doing something wrong, and you go up and start beating their ass, that's not good, right? You don't want your kid to fear you, but you do want them to fear what you'll do to them if they fucking lie to you, or, you know, do something out of pocket, out of line. You want them to fear the ass whooping, not you, right? Because you can separate it. I know it seems like it's the same thing, but you actually can separate it. Even like with animals, right? When you train dogs, you want to use positive reinforcement. You don't ever hit a dog. You use like pushing and things like that. So like, say if I was going to reprimand a dog that's being really bad, well, I'll take my 2 fingers and I'll jab him right in the neck. I won't hit him. I won't do anything. I'll just push him in the neck, and I'll push him down on the side, and I'll hold him down, and I'll create dominance over them. That's kind of like an ass whooping to like a child. You know, a quick slap on the ass. And a lot of times to a kid, you slap them on the ass, it's just loud. They didn't even get hurt. It's just loud. You know, sometimes they have a diaper if they're that young. I get an ass whoopings when you're in diapers. But no, when you're a kid and you got pants on and stuff, you know, a little slap on the ass ain't gonna hurt you. But it's loud, so it kind of scares you. When they pull down your pants, that's when it starts hurting. But anyways, with a dog, though, you use the positive reinforcements 99% of the time, meaning like they did a good behavior, praise it. They did a bad behavior, ignore it. Good behavior, praise it. Bad behavior, ignore it. Only praise and show any responses to good behaviors. Now, if there's a thing that you're telling them not to do and they're pushing the limits, that's when you assert dominance. Right. And you kind of have to. And it just puts the pecking order in line, because they need that. A dog needs to know the pecking order. And you are supposed to tell them, because in any wolf situation, guess what? The fucking alpha tells every wolf what position they're in. They can't sit where they want. They can't sleep where they want. They can't even fuck who they want. The alpha tells them who and where and what they can do. So a dog kind of needs that a little bit, you know. I'm obviously making it sound a little bit more probably nastier than it is, because you want to have a bond with your dog. Your dog and you should be best friends, right? And I think kind of with your kids too, a little bit. Your kids shouldn't fear telling you things. Me personally, I never ever worried about telling my mom or my dad anything. because I knew if I came to my dad and it was something bad, like something really bad, and I told him, he would help me get out of it. He'd help me figure it out. And that to me was like a huge thing, man. I loved it. Because I knew, like, you know, if like this bad thing happened, I got to go tell dad. He'll tell me exactly what to do and he'll back me up. That's a great feeling. I'm not saying you always do that, but it is a good thing to for your kids to know you have their back. Same thing with my mom. I've never, ever, ever, you guys seen my mom in here, not one time in my life ever have I went to my mom for something that was serious, you know, and I needed her to back me up or help me or whatever. Has she said no, no matter what I did. And I've done some bad fucking shit. Let me tell you, I've done some crazy shit. I've done some bad shit. I've done some shit that makes me feel like crying just thinking about what I put her through, you know. Even like calling my mother up in the middle of the night because I'm in jail, like that's a shitty feeling at 14, you know. So but she never ever, not one time, let me down for anything. Like even if I was gonna get in trouble, you know, not by her, but like, you know, with the law or whatever, you know, she was there to have my back. She was there to do whatever she could to back me up. And that's man, that's awesome. Not saying she didn't whoop my ass when I was a kid, but there comes a point where, you know, the tables turn a little bit. Damn it, I'm late and I fell asleep because it's raining. Well, damn it, we're about to get out of here now. Positive reinforcement is the way. Yes, especially for dogs, but needed sometimes. You got to let them know. Yeah, you do got to let them know. You just don't want to let them know and make them fearful. That's the worst thing you do. You don't want your dog to be fearful of you raising your hand. Because think about this. And I always give this analogy to people because it makes sense. If you spank your dog with a newspaper, and if any of you guys are doing this, stop, because I'm going to tell you why. If you spank your dog with a newspaper, do you realize that somebody could come and rob your house with a newspaper? Imagine that. Imagine somebody breaks in and all they have is a newspaper. That's all they need because your dog is fearful of a newspaper. You don't want your dog to fear anything, nothing. You want them to be confident, brave, with their chest out. What you want them to do is know their pecking order. If they know their pecking order, they don't question it. They'll push the limits sometimes, put them back in their pecking order. You're good to go. They just have to know sometimes, okay, I fucking thought I was third in line, but I just wanted to make sure. You know, it's kind of like that. But, and then they're happy to be in that place because that's their position. You know, it's like just like a football team or whatever, you know, everybody's got their position. But you have to teach them and show them what their position is and give them jobs, give them things to do, positive reinforcements, you know, encourage the good behavior that you want. The negative behavior, don't encourage, you know, make sure you correct them. The way I like to correct dogs is with a growl. So if a dog does something like right here and I don't like it, I growl, just like that. Because every dog, as long as they weren't removed from their litter before 6 weeks, they all know growls. Their mother taught them growl. So every animal, most animal species, especially mammals, especially dogs, know what a growl is. It means stop or no. They learned it from their mother. So if you do it, they instantly know it. You know what else they know? A squeal. A squeal means ow. So that's why if you take a puppy and starts biting you too hard and you squeal, they'll instantly usually stop because they understand that that means pain. Now, if the dog was removed from the pack, from its litter, too young, it won't have these abilities. This is one thing like that I was taught, like when you start training a dog at 12 weeks old, this is a little test you want to do to them to see, were they with their mother long enough, right? Because if not, it's not a big deal. You can work on it, but you have to work on those social skills. They need those social skills. So it's kind of like a kid that doesn't know how to talk yet, right? You wouldn't teach them something crazy. You teach them how to talk first, right? Same kind of concept. But most dogs are going to understand what a growl is. So you just, when they do something negative, just give them a growl. And then once they stop and look at you, right? You look at them, good boy, right? When they stop, not when they're doing it, when they stop. So now they understand that no, or when they stopped, was right. Like kind of like this. Dog puts his nose in a garbage can. You go, and he takes his nose out of it and backs off, right? You don't get mad at him now for getting in the garbage. You praise him for getting his nose out of the garbage. Teach him that that's what you wanted. So he put his nose in the garbage. You said, ah, and then he moved it out of there. Good boy. You know, teach him he's a good boy for getting your nose out of it. And, you know, continue that pattern over and over. We did the dog DNA test, waiting for results. That's awesome. I always wanted to do one on my my bull mastiff because she was a mix. She was so badass, man. I've obedience trained 150-pound wolf dog hybrids, never had to use negative reinforcement. I've walked across the floor. They had to move out of my way. Must be an alpha. Yes, you have to be an alpha. I did dog training. I went to school for it. And I had a dog training service for a few years. I love it. I love dog training. But yeah, you have to be an alpha, and that's just your body language, the way you walk, like you said, walking through the room, the way you walk through a room, the way you present yourself. That's why, like, one person can teach a dog and the dog will be alert, looking at them, waiting for the next command, and will follow them through the whole thing. Then another person will try to do the same things and will get no response from the dog. Dog won't look at them. The dog will ignore them. The dog won't listen at all. And it's because of their body language. Their body language is not alpha. So a dog doesn't listen to anybody lower in command. So if you're giving off body language of a lower command thing, why would they listen to you? It doesn't even make sense. That's like an adult listening to a 2-year-old. You know, you wouldn't do that. So you have to put yourself in position to be above them. And if they know that, then they're going to respect you, respond to you. And it's all in positive ways. It's not negative. Never negative. You never want to do anything really negative. You can control the situation and you know, show boundaries and stuff, but yeah. Never mind, I got the grit wrong. So micron to, I don't know what you're asking. Never mind, I got that wrong, but I see what you're saying. Okay, they must be having a conversation without me. Works 100% if you change the tone and he knows what's up. He can do it also to get him to watch what he is coming. Wait, watch what is coming towards us. Okay, here we go. They have 1 micron and 6 micron available. So if I got 1 micron, would that get an even better polish, even if it finish on 3000 grit? So 1 micron is going to be finer than 6 micron. So yeah, if you're looking for more of a polish, and maybe 1 micron might even work a little bit better on a polished edge as far as maintenance goes. 6 micron, I like to just use for maintenance, for basically a versatile one. So you can use it for everything, but it's not going to be great for one thing. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. But yeah, 1 micron and 6 micron is great to have if you just have those two or just one of them. But yeah, I would use probably the 1 micron off of 3000 grit. Not a problem. Even the 3 micron would be fine. 6 micron's fine too. Just don't spend a long time on it. Remember, it's more aggressive, but this is the thing. This is the part that people, you know, have to grasp. It is more aggressive, but because it's more aggressive, that also can backfire faster because it is still mega fine, right? It's thousands of, you know, grit. Like, it's very, very fine compared to your stone sharpened edge in most cases. So if you have a 3000 grit edge and you're stropping on a 10,000 grit stropping compound, that's very fine for a 3000 grit edge, but yes, it will affect it. And if you continue to strop, it could possibly backfire depending on the micron you're using. If it is a lower or a higher micron or lower micron where it's more aggressive, it might work a little too fast. So you might only want a few passes instead of doing a dozen. Does 20 CV take a polish edge? As long as it's heat treated well. It has to be heat treated well. As long as it's heat treated well, 20 CV M390 204P takes an amazing polished edge, but it has to be heat treated well. If it's on the softer side, then it doesn't hold it. That's the problem. So it'll take it, but it won't hold it. So it'll get slick after you start using it if it's softer. If it's on the harder side, it'll hold it very, very well. It has great edge stability when it's hardened really well. With the wrong angle, just leather will roll the edge. Yes, if you, so, and that's a high angle. Keep your angles. If you're ever questioning what angle, just go lower. So if this is a strop, right? This is a strop. If I'm not sure if this is the right angle, just drop it a little bit and then do it and check it. You'd rather go lower than higher because you can't hurt anything by going lower, but you can roll the edge by going high. So if you lift too, when you're going across the strop, don't do this like this. A lot of people do that. Don't do that. That rolls your edge. Also, no pressure. Pressure rolls your edge because the leather goes like this as you're going across it, and it'll cut right over your apex and roll it. Even if you can't notice it, you might feel like it's still sharp, but it doesn't feel as nippy as it did before or as bitey. Well, that's because you're rounding your apex. Jared, what do you prefer, leather or wood? Leather. I have wood. I don't mind wood. I like wood, but leather I just like better. But I also have used it for so long. I know like the responses it has. I know how to work with it. I like that I can clean it. I like that I can reapply it. I like a lot of things about it. But I also like the wood. I like how solid and firm the wood is. I like that it's a nice flat surface and all those things. But the leather, man, as long as you're not putting pressure, it's great. Oh, so hinders 20 CV won't take a polished edge. Right. Yep. My polished edge that I put on my hinder, I had to put a 600 grit over the top. So it took a polished edge great. It took a super sharp polished edge, but it didn't last. I literally cut fucking a couple things and lost all its bite, started getting slick. And so I threw a 300 or a 600 grit over the top of it. It does really well with the 600 grit, but the lower the angle, the better you're going to get with polished edges on any steel. So if you want the best polished edges, lower the angle down to a good low angle for that geometry. Jared, what do you prefer? Leather. Oh, I already read that one. That's what she said. That's exactly what she said. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys joining. Don't forget, we have this big ass giveaway coming up very, very soon. Really excited about that. I'm giving away an entire knife collection to you guys. The members live this Sunday isn't going to happen. It's going to happen on a different day. So our members live sharpening and giveaway will happen on, I don't know, maybe Monday or something. We'll figure it out, but Sunday's Easter. So, and then, what else? I think that's it. I think there was something else I wanted to say to you guys. I forget what it was. Anyways, hopefully that video of the top 5 best knife sharpeners will go up tomorrow. I'm not sure if it will, but it's going to be a badass video. I don't go for mirror anymore. Most of the time I go 600-800 grit. Yeah, most people are good at that grit. That's why I recommend making sure you can get a 600 grit edge first. Nothing else matters. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time. Peace.